Okay.
It's time to check your money with America's money maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. In 2023, she's still America's money maven. Vicki, so let's be honest, this is the first time we're getting together in the new year. We had an encore presentation last time, so this is our first time. So good to see you, my sister.
Well, very good to see you too, George, and I'm happy to see or at least address the audience. Okay, it is the first time that we've been together since the beginning of the new year, and we've got lots of things that have been going on. I'm going to do a couple of news items real quickly because I have a subject that while I was on vacation just kept bubbling and bubbling and bubbling in my mind. And I figured out, I guess it means that I should be sharing this with everybody so that we can have a conversation around a change in society that I'm not sure is really a good change. But let's start with the news first.
Okay.
Quickly, congratulations to Governor Hochul. Governor Hochul was sworn in this week. And I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, George, she is the first female governor for the state of New York. Is that right?
That is correct.
So congratulations to her. And also wanted to make sure that we said, I don't know if it's a congratulations or great job, but Letitia James was also sworn in, and when I looked at the background and the photo that was taking place on the podium when all of the officials were sworn in here in the state of New York, one of the things I noticed is diversity, lots of females, lots of changes. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen over the next administration.
Let's go.
But the second thing is this: President Biden on December 29th, you're talking about sliding right under the wire, signed into law a new bill, which is called the Consolidated Appropriations Act. And the Consolidated Appropriations Act had a provision in it that is going to really, really stretch and what I would say improve many of the issues that we have around retirement savings. It's called the Secure Act, which we had a Secure Act before, but 2.0. And some of the significant changes that are in there is one of them that I think is going to really perk everybody's ears up, and that is student loan repayments being treated as elective deferral contributions under your 401k plans. So you heard me again, student loan repayments.
Explain that, yeah.
Treated as elective deferral contributions. So employers may be able, and we're still waiting for all, as I said, the details. We're still waiting for some of the details on this, but it appears that the student loan repayment or payments that individuals are making will count in the give you the ability, as far as an employer is concerned, to make a matching contribution into your 401k plan equal to the formula that's being used for your student loan repayment. I'm going to come back to this once we get full details and really read through the provisions, but this was an exciting addition to the retirement savings landscape. The second one is the creation of a new retirement savings lost and found database. George, how many places have you worked in your career?
A few.
A few. Most people, it's a few. And we tend to leave those employers and leave pension money on the table and forget about it over 10 or 15 years. So what's going to happen is they're creating a new database so that the Department of Labor can bring all of that information together so that individuals will be able to go and search and find retirement dollars that they left with old employers and utilize them once they get ready to retire. I can't tell you the numbers of times as a financial planner that we have sent clients out searching for that information, because we take them through a litany of, tell me where you worked your first career, second career, and how long. So having this kind of centralized database is going to be a tremendous benefit for individuals who are trying to bring dollars together for their retirement savings. Now, this subject on retirement savings dovetails 100% into the next conversation we're going to have, George. And I told you I had some things bubbling.
You've been
Here's
bubbling.
the thing that's been bubbling in my mind over this last 10, 15 days.
Okay, what you've been bubbling with, sister. Let's go.
I'm calling it, it's time to get out.
Uh-oh. Okay.
It's the subject. It's time to get out.
All right now.
And this really has to do with individuals who have graduated or who are living in their parents' home and still there and not contributing and doing two things, still there trying to find their way, and secondarily, not contributing to the overall financial well-being of the household. So George, okay, we're gonna have this conversation back and forth. What I found out is that on average, 2.5 to 3 years of continuation of living with parents is taking place in about 80% of the households in this country. Did you know that?
I'm surprised it's that high of a number.
Well, NerdWallet actually did a survey. And in that survey, they found out that at least at some point in time, about 80% of the households that they surveyed still had adult children living in their household because they were trying to figure out ways to either save money to move on or weren't quite sure exactly what to do as far as becoming independent themselves. But what it's done is that when we calculate it out, it looks like it could cost families, meaning the parents, somewhere around $200,000 to $250,000 of lost retirement savings. So if you think about what's happening, is the federal government right now is emphasizing we need to save more, because we're not going to be prepared for retirement. Yet we have this phenomenon taking place where we have our adult children still living with us and not contributing. Here's the important part: not contributing to the financial well-being of the household, meaning not paying bills, using resources, having their parents pay some of their expenses, having parents paying also continued student loan payments. And what it's doing is digging a bigger and bigger hole for the parents relative to what's going to happen in retirement. Now, I may have some of my younger clients out there going, well, Miss Vicki, because they still call me Miss Vicki. I think it's the hair. Miss Vicki, it's different now. And I do know it's different now. But what's not different is this. If you were there, if any type of business you were in, and I consider a family to be a business, everybody has to pull their weight in a business. And if you're working from home or your parents' home and utilizing resources, they need assistance to help balance off that increased expense. You need you need also the experience of carrying expenses yourself, because you will never develop the responsibility and the chops and the wherewithal to go out and do it on your own. There is a transition point, George, I think that we missed somewhere in preparing. We spent so much time emphasizing go to college, go to college, go to college. But we forgot to say that the reason for going to college is so you can go out and be on your own. And the way to prepare for this.
Right.
Okay. The way to prepare for this is to practice. And the way you practice is to start taking on those responsibilities. So my suggestion is a couple of things. First of all, we need a before graduation plan in adulting.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need a before graduation preparation plan for adulting. And if your child your young adult is still in the household already, then we need a contract and a mutual support plan for how do we transition out. And I want folks to call me this week. You can
That's
call
right.
me happy, you
How
can
do we
call me sad,
right,
but
right.
we need to talk together as a community, because when we got 80%, it looks like, of parents who have adult children who are coming particularly out of college, but in their early adult stages, still living with mom and dad, still utilizing resources. And here's the thing that I just don't get, and not contributing, I don't mean just a little bit, I mean equitably into the financial well-being of that household. This is a formula for disaster, because it might be working right now, but your folks are going to get older and they're not going to have the money saved that they need. And guess who's going to have to support them? Guess who's going to have to support them? You are.
Well, I don't understand that. So wait a minute.
Yeah.
If you're saying they won't have the money that they need,
I'm talking about your parents won't have the money saved.
them parents,
they spent
right? Oh,
$227,000.
And then you're going to have to support them.
You're going to have to support them.
And you know what? That's when it goes left, because a lot of the kids don't have the same idea.
Exactly.
They don't. You're right. Well,
exactly.
They feel burdened.
So what I'm saying is that
burdened by that.
Right now it may feel like, oh, this is going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. And
so
George and I can tell you how quickly time will fly by. This has to be fixed. Okay.
Parents have to cut the apron strings too, I think.
Yes, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I said we need a before graduation preparation plan in adulting. That's a process for both for the young adult and for the parent, because we got to let them become adults and provide the framework for that to happen. But we also need, if we've already have someone in the household, a support plan and a transition out. How do we transition out? And this has to be done formally. You remember when I talked about, what was it, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, the family
mission statement
and mission statement?
Yeah.
And we needed to do it in a formal basis. We need to do this in a formal basis. So here's my number, because y'all can call me, because we're going to have this argument this week. And that's okay. Arguments are about getting clarity, because we're going to come up with a plan that we can share with everyone. 315-930-4499 or info@brackensfsn.com. Please like, share, subscribe. But I need to hear from you what you think about this particular issue, because it is a change. It is a change in the way, the mindset. I know, George, when I was, and it was a few years, but when I was coming out of college, the idea of going home to mom and dad was like, are you kidding? We slept on the floor. We did whatever, roommates until we could stand on our own. So this has to change, because the process is not sustainable. So at this point in time, George, I guess I'll say our plate is, two things. Mr. Kilpatrick.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh.
Congratulations. This happened while I was away.
Talk to me. What are you congratulating me on?
Oh, look at that smile. Mr. Kilpatrick has been selected as being the 2023 recipient of the Pioneer Community Service Award, which he will be awarded that distinct honor during the 15th annual Black History Month Jazz and Arts Cabaret, which is going to be held again at the Marriott downtown Syracuse on February 26th. So, George, congratulations.
Thank you, Vicki. It's really an honor. And I'm not going to give my speech now, but I was so honored and flattered when I received the call from Mike Atkins on that award. So very grateful, and really especially being awarded at the
15th annual Black History Month Jazz and Arts Cabaret there at the Syracuse Marriott downtown, which is being held on February 26th. Go on to cnyjazz.org and get your tickets.
Can I get my tickets now, Vicki?
Get your ticket. Yes, you can get your tickets now. Okay.
Oh, I get my tickets now. Okay.
Yes, you can.
Me and Vicki laughing about something.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That technical issue is fixed. Get your tickets now, because we know, with the fact that Mr. Kilpatrick is this year's honoree, all of his frat brothers and the Divine Nine are going to all show up All of his colleagues in the media and communication world are going to show up. All of his friends and supporters in the political arena. So if you want to be there, you better get your tickets today. Now, George, I will say our plate is full.
All right. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. She is America's money maven.